Hey guys, this is Spencer Defense Training. I wanted to go over drawing from concealment, especially for a lot of you newbies or beginners or those that haven't been around the concealment aspects of guns, especially like you law enforcement or military. You know, you carry it outside the waistband, but now you're going to the concealed carry. Um, the biggest detriment of carrying concealed for most people is the actual drawing. Even once you get down your shot placement, your accuracy, your speed, of shooting and all that stuff, it's still the drawing. That's what I see across the board when I'm training people, especially like church safety teams. I got guys that know how to use a gun, know how to shoot a gun. Their accuracy is fair. Their shot placement is fair. You know where they're placing it, where I like to see it placed, which is on the spine. That's what I'm looking for. I don't look for anything else except that spine, because that's an instant stop. If I can get that spine, that's what I shoot for. Now I'm not saying I may not miss that spine and may still stop them, but drawing is what has been slowing them down. If you actually go back to the Texas church shooting, the East Freeway congregation, you watch the guy that he tried to start drawing his gun, the first guy that got shot, and if he could have actually drew that gun faster, I don't think drawing it was the right thing to do it then, at that point in time. But it took several seconds for the guy with the shotgun to shoot him as he was fumbling around with his gun. So if he could have got his shirt up, got that gun out, and really got on target, he could have made that shot. Now again, I'm not suggesting he should have, but I'm just saying that that's what's slowing people down or making a bad situation worse, is the drawing. So you need to practice your drawing. Now, if you're new to concealed carry, wherever you put your gun at, my first suggestion to you is just take your shirt, put it where you're going to, get it set. Now, when you set it, you're going to want to get it high enough to where you can get your fingers under here. Now I can draw. Alright, so I got to get it high enough here. I don't want this gun sitting. I can't do anything with this right here. Alright, so I want to get this gun up, and I want to get it here so I can draw. I want a good draw right here. So I want my fingers to be able to get under that gun. If you see how I'm doing, I'm not doing this. I'm actually doing, like, I'm making a gun with my hand basically as I come in. So when I come up, I've got my hand literally goes where it's supposed to be. Now I can come out and I can shoot, or I can just come up and I can shoot here. Now, learning to shoot, and your holster is going to move around as you draw it. That's typical with any holster on the market. Alright, so any type of holster you get, it's going to move. You're going to have to adjust it back after you've drawn. And that's not a big deal as long as it's not moving around while you're just daily normal going of life. Alright, and that's what we're looking for. So we want it to sit there, so when I come to it, it's where I want it. But when I draw, it's going to move a little bit depending on what's going on. You're fighting this guy, or you're really trying to get that gun out. Now, to practice drawing, this gun is unloaded. I've already chamber checked and everything, so it's clear. We're good here. I suggest you do the same. Unload your firearm, get it clear, get that round out of the chamber, get the rounds out of the magazine, put your empty magazine in, and then you practice drawing. Now, starting to draw, I actually suggest go ahead and tuck your shirt behind your holster and practice drawing that way. So I can just practice here. Now I'm on target and I can do what I got to do. This is where I suggest you practice. Then you can put it back in, practice holstering it, look to holster it. We don't want any kind of accidental discharges going on while you reholster this gun. Now I can continue to practice draw. I can hear, say something's going on, I can come here and I can turn, I can do all kind of stuff. And you can practice this in your room by yourself alone, away from everybody. You've got a clear gun and you're not pointing at anybody, you're only pointing it at walls or pictures and stuff like that. Give yourself targets. I tell everybody's usually got a picture or a mirror in their room, and you can just, or a clock on the wall, you can just use those as your targets as you're drawing and coming down, and act like that's the attacker. Once you get that down pretty good, I'm not having to look down to see where my gun's at. I'm able to grab, I'm able to come up. Once you get that down fairly good and practicing it, do not practice speed. Practice perfect practice, meaning when you're drawing, especially when we go to lifting this shirt up, we're going to practice nice and slow, nice and smooth. The slow, the smooth will become fast. Alright, it's kind of like learning how to write in cursive. When you first learn how to write, you know, it's these big jumbo letters, you know, L-E-T, T-E-R, right? And then after that, and that's all you have to do. It's the same thing here. It's the same thing with anything. Any of you martial artists out there, you always practice, nice and smooth, nice and slow. Then you got to where you can really punch fast. It's the same thing, or you kickboxers, whoever, you MMA guys. It's the same thing here. So I'm going to practice my stroke here. So I'm wanting to get this shirt. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the tail of my shirt right here, and the way I do it, I don't come straight up typically. I come straight up and I pull. So I've got this nice and tight right here. So I come straight up, pull, and then I can come out and do what I got to do. So you're going to do it nice. You're going to come up, pull here, and I'm going to let go. Now this hand, if you're having problems with this hand, you can do one of several things. There's a lot of guys that train different ways. You can either come up here, draw, keep that hand here until this hand starts going out, because the last thing I want to do is cross the muzzle of this gun, cross the front of that gun. I don't want to do that. Especially in a self-defense situation, the likelihood of my finger coming to that trigger faster is great. Because I'm in that situation, it's hitting now, I got to get that finger to that trigger, I got to shoot this gun, and if I cross this hand in front of this gun and I pull that trigger, I'm going to shoot my hand, and I don't want that. You can practice this several ways. You can practice either just pulling till you know you're here, or you can practice, especially you guys if you're wearing a vest and stuff, what they will do is they'll come here and they will draw and they will actually pat their vest. Now it's out. So that's one thing. I just typically like to pull. Reset my holster there. I like to pull here, here. Alright, so now I've got a good aim basically on the camera. Alright, so you're going to come up and pull, and this doesn't matter where you're at. Even if you're here, you're going to go up and you're going to pull. Then I can draw here. Alright, so it doesn't matter if it's in front or if it's in back or even around the back here. I'm still going to go way up here, grab from my back, and I'm going to pull out. So for you that carry around the back, on the small of the back, it's the same thing. You're going to pull your shirt up, you're going to pull wherever you're at, draw your gun, come and aim at the camera. Alright, now I'm not actually aiming, I'm looking over my line of sight, but I know I'm going to hit that camera. And that's what you want as well. Your point shooting, I made a video on as far as point shooting and stuff. You can buy laser cartridges. Go check that video out. It goes over the laser cartridge. And there's an app you can buy with that laser cartridge. So that's really good stuff for your training at home. And it really helps out a lot. So again, practice slow and smooth, and it will get fast. This is Spencer with Defense Training. Stay safe, stay armed. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video below. Thanks.